Good morning. Good morning, Stephanie Robinson, Albany.
Okay.
Good morning,
Guys, you can help me out a little bit by just muting yourself out. It is taking a minute for the technology to kick in and do that. So if you help me out, mute your line. Great.
Sure, maybe.
To unmute yourself.
Sure, maybe from upstate New York.
Okay. Okay, well, I am going to get started. My name is Phyllis Nash, and I am one of the 4 co-founders here at Wakanna, as well as your Chief Sales Officer. And guys, I'm excited this morning. It's Wake Up to Wakanna, and you know who brings that message, none other than our visionary, our CEO, Melissa Boston. She has had a busy weekend, I think, and I think some people were blessed with her presence out in Albany, New York. And so without further ado, here's someone that I have been knowing a sneeze away from 15 years. And this person made a true impact on my life because when I heard her, she let me know that there was another option. I've always been an entrepreneur, but to be able to travel the world with a cell phone and then a computer and do business with anywhere other than being tied down to that brick and mortar traditional business, it just opened my world to so many things. And then to hear that she had fired her boss at the young, tender age of 33 years old, the day before I met her, making 6 figures, by the way, and to go into social selling, to give her time, freedom with her family, her loved ones, most importantly, her son, and to become MVP of 3 companies, turning around, having teams in over 46 countries, and now did a full thing back to corporate America when a mentor of hers asked her to be the CEO of his cannabis company, which she took from $8,000 up to $225,000 a month, and then came Wakanna, and here we are. And guess what, guys? 2.5 years in, we are only just beginning. So, Melissa, girl, take it away.
Wow, Phyllis, thank you so much. Just appreciate you for who you are and all that you do. I tell you what, every time I jump on our Monday call, I'm super fired up and pumped up. First, just to hear your excitement, to hear you give me those gracious introductions, and I want to thank you for that, but I really want to bestow it back to you because you are really the person, you know, who's created so much in this industry. Just love what you're doing here at Wakanna, not only as our midwife, helping all of us to give birth to unlimited possibilities, but she's our first diamond, our first double diamond, breaking all the records, helping all of us to break records, and we just appreciate for who you are and what you do. And I want to say to everyone on the line, good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome everyone. Welcome our pearls and jades and sapphires, rubies, emeralds, diamonds, double diamonds, new distributors, new bronze, and new silver qualifiers. And in fact, who's going gold and platinum this month? Super excited about the fact that we have up to 1,500 in free products on the line. I also want to acknowledge someone last week who actually qualified for bronze, and that is Jules Starnes. We want to give a big shout out to you. Always appreciate your support. We see you on the calls, and I'm telling you what, you're just making things happen in this business. And so what I want to do real quick before we move on to the lineup, I want to start by sharing our vision and mission statement. Our vision is we exist to help end the negative stigma that's caused communities around the world to suffer and lose out on the health and wealth benefits of the cannabis plant. In fact, our mission is we are the catalyst to stir a movement that inspires people to confidently move into the legal space as entrepreneurs, formulators, and investors, evoking the courage and strength of people to take back their health, wealth, legacy, and freedom. Wow. Guess what today is? Some of you know, okay? It is the 15th of the month. I'm telling you what, we are halfway through November, but what's most exciting, okay, we literally grew by leaps and bounds, okay, the last 7 days. So what I'm telling you is whatever you've done now, that's awesome because I've looked at our numbers and our trajectory. We are way ahead of where we were last year, which is exciting, but you haven't seen anything yet, okay? But here's something else that's exciting about this being the 15th of the month. Guess what drops tonight, usually right after midnight? we have our unilevel checks, okay? So the unilevel checks, for those of you who might have earned that crown jewel revenue pool because you've hit sapphire above. Maybe you've earned that diamond pool bonus, maybe the extra money that comes with our diamond lifestyle bonus that starts at $500 going all the way up to $2,500. But also, too, we have a couple other special things that will be on the check today. One of them is the founder's checks, okay? So if you are a leader, if you qualify, most of your checks are already showing in your back office. I know we have a lot of distributors who qualify who might not have ranked advanced, and so those are being loaded as well. But just super excited because that's always a big deal, you know, really to see those checks go out. In fact, the highest check for our third quarter was $216. Every time I look at these numbers, I get goosebumps because I think about the fact that when you purchased your founding member pack, it already came with an explosive deal, okay? I mean, you had products, you had cash back, loyalty points, and the fact that we have this cherry on top, okay? The fact that you get this extra payout that happens every single quarter for the rest of your life, it is unheard of, okay? It's unheard of. And guess what happens? You know, it starts by you having at least those 3 transactions every single month. 1 could be your own, 2 are just from other people. And what's exciting about that, when I looked at someone who just had the 1 share, didn't rank advance or, you know, anything like that, but didn't buy multiple packs, but for that check, it was $18, right? Not bad. But here's the deal, for somebody having multiple shares, which means they actually had more than 1 share, they had 3 shares, that check went from $18 to $54, okay? And remember, this is a quarterly check, and we're just getting started. And what's even more exciting is this has what we call it's a time-sensitive opportunity, which means it's not going to be around forever, right? It's that limited window, and once you're in, you're in. So can you imagine as the company starts to experience exponential growth and continue to grow, and you get locked in as a founding member forever, sharing in that 1% pool. In fact, also, too, you know, out of just under 600 founders, what's also exciting, almost 1/3 of our founders are actually qualifying, which, again, that's unheard of. In any business, you might see 10%, you might see 5%, and most of them is typically the top 1%ers because they make it so hard to qualify. You have to build a team. You have to jump through hoops. There are so many things, right? So just the fact that we have something that's attainable for the average person. In fact, the average payout for that quarter was $36. And in fact, if you just went to Pearl during that quarter, your payout would have been $72, okay? And so again, we have a rocket ship that is absolutely launching as we speak. We are super excited because guess what happens next week that's going to compound all of this? This is the biggest shopping season of the year, but it's also our biggest discounts of the year. We have some unbelievable specials lined up. In fact, on our hottest products, the buy 3, get 1 free, but we have some super stars that are going to be specially discounted also on our Black Friday and Cyber Monday specials. This truly will be a November to remember, okay? Because we're going to focus on going ruby. For those of you who are working towards Jamaica, in fact, for those of you already at ruby, you should be focusing on diamond, okay? Or at least emerald, but we say shoot even higher, okay? Shoot for the moon, okay? Shoot to make it happen, okay? Let's focus on diamonds. We want all of you to join us in Jamaica. And guess how you can do that? Through our Go Platinum and Go Gold program. You know, what's super excited about this promo is you can work with your team, okay? If you're going gold, it has to be your first time qualifying at the gold level. Otherwise, you need to go to platinum, okay? And when you hit platinum, I'm still just scratching my head over this one, okay? So we're talking about $1,500 in free product as a platinum. Do you know that you already earn in cash $2,000? So if you do the math, that's $3,500 between the cash and product back to you. I mean, that is just truly something all of us should be fired up and excited about. Now, platinum is 5,000 CV. So for you hitting 5,000 in CV, and that's your personal CV between you and all your customers on your website. So these aren't wholesale packages. These aren't founding member packages, okay? This is retail product. And the way you're going to drive that is next week during our amazing Black Friday specials. You want to really reach out to all of your customers. In fact, our marketing team starts dropping some of the promos this week. So you want to share those with your customers, let them know what to expect, because you want to absolutely help them get in on the lowest prices of the year, okay? And so with that being said, you know, one of the things that we also have to do, because as I travel now and as I talk to different teams, sometimes on Zooms, you know, what I realize, you know, when we look at our founding members program, guys, you know, a lot of times people look at it and think, oh, wow, to be a founding member, you know, that's almost $2,000, okay, when you think about the taxes they're paying. Obviously, we can allow you to break it up into payments, you know, but people often look at, you know, cost, okay, and not really paying attention to value. And the reason why we do it, because we're programmed to be consumers, right? They program us just to spend money. And I want you to think for a second. Think about holiday time, seasons like this. You know, what are people prepared to do? They're prepared to shop. People who typically have been broke all year long, all of a sudden money just starts coming out of somewhere, and guess what happens? They get to shopping. They max out their credit cards. They buy all this stuff. And here's my question. You know, all the shopping that your family and friends are preparing to do you think any of those companies, any of them are going to say, hey, you know what, we're going to take 1% of our revenue and we're going to divide it up between you, right, and other people that decided to do this every single quarter? Not one of them are doing that. But think about it. They're willingly spending hundreds of dollars at first. Then it becomes thousands of dollars every single year. We do this day in, day out, every single year during the holiday season. And I'm going to ask you a question. What is the definition of insanity, right? When we just keep doing the same thing over and over and expect something different, especially when you look at minority communities, especially when you look at Black and brown communities. When you think about the fact that we're already financially at a disadvantage, right? And we are the one community, when you think about it, we have such a big spending power. Our buying power is $1.2 trillion because we're out there shopping, okay, with everybody out there who's not caring about our legacy, who's not giving us something that can pass on for generations. So if we have a $1.2 trillion, you know, buying power, why is it as Black and brown companies, right now when you look at the numbers, there's about $150 billion that's happening with our small businesses and our businesses that are Black and brown, you know, with companies. So 150, that means we're spending less than, well, a little bit over 10% with ourselves, okay? And some of that support is coming from other communities. So we might be spending 7% back to us, okay? But what if we change that mindset? I mean, what if we said, wait a minute, this insanity stops here and now. Instead of me spending thousands of dollars with people who don't care about me, who aren't going to give me 1% where I can share that money, you know, with other people that are like-minded, right? What if we decided that this is where it stops, right here, right now? Because the reality is you can purchase a founding member pack. Our family and friends can purchase a founding member pack, and we can say this holiday season, we're going to still give gifts, but those gifts are going to be from my Black-owned business, okay, my Hispanic-owned business, okay, my female-owned business, my millennial-owned business. And now you take those gifts, whether it's somebody who has anxiety, whether it's somebody dealing with pain, and now it becomes a gift that keeps on giving, because now all of a sudden they're going to come back, purchase more, they're going to be excited and grateful because you helped them with their health. But also, too, look at what you've just done. See, we started breaking those generational curses where all we do is spend, consume, and we have nothing to show for it. Now, all of a sudden, we have a founders program in front of us, and $2,000 just seems like just such a lot of money for many people, right? And so what you want to do is help change that mentality And we want to start empowering people to have a different perspective. Because with our founding members program, not only are we giving people an ability to participate in a program that could absolutely change their legacy forever, because this is a willable business, but let's look at the fact that we also are under this generational curse of poor health, okay? Poor wealth. Oftentimes our legacy is rich, with memories and just traditions that we pass, but oftentimes we're not leaving an inheritance. And think about the fact that so many people lack freedom. They're working jobs they hate, right? They don't have the freedom to do what they want when they want. And so imagine with one decision, you can help empower people to have a new perspective that could absolutely change their life. So what I want you to do is get fired up right now, okay? Get fired up about the founding members program. Get fired up about how many people you know who are suffering with health issues, wealth issues, right? Suffering with issues just because they hate their job. Do you know that stress kills? And think about the people who you know who get up every day on Monday and drag themselves to a job they don't even want to be at, and a job at the end of the day that cares nothing about them. But we do it every day because that's what we've been taught. Go to school, get a great education, go out and get that great job. Work your way up to the top. How many times have they led us up to the top? So when we start looking at the numbers don't lie, right? And so what we want to do is we want to change that. We want to change that today, and we want to make some new decisions. In fact, speaking of new decisions, I'm super excited because I had the pleasure of flying all the way to Albany, New York. It was my absolute first time ever in Albany. And I'm telling you what, it was absolutely a trip that I will cherish forever. And it's my first, but not my last. I truly met a new family. This group is just so amazing. And the leadership of this group, I tell you what, Fatima, also Ford, I know Dr. Betty, I know Dr. Rita, Terry Anderson. So there's so many great leaders, but flying to Albany and meeting Fatima Horn again, I had a chance to meet her at our Ruby retreat, was just blown away there. But after coming to Albany, I was really blown away because I had a chance to see her in action and really how she works and cultivates her team. And they truly have something special in Albany. And it's exciting because she is our very first Ruby in the state of New York. And I'm claiming it for her because she is going to Jamaica, okay? She is pushing hard. I know at a minimum of Emerald, but hey, who knows? By the time the month is over, she might change that to Diamond. But she has absolutely what it takes to not only get to the top, but to bust through the top. I want to give a shout out to a few of her leaders that were really there just every step of the way. Maddie and Renee and Rosalind and Stephanie and Peyton, Jen and Valerie, Nicola, Deborah. I mean, you guys were just amazing, okay? Amazing with all the ways in which they really helped to lead the charge there in Albany, New York. But I was so impressed with the vending booth. And in fact, there was another event they had the night before. And so I wanted to bring Fatima on the line because I think it's important for you to understand things that are possible if you just keep moving your business forward. And so without any further ado, she's also our awesome Zumba instructor. And you have to hit ** in order to unmute yourself. But at this time, I want to go ahead and bring up Fatima Horn, if you can take it away.
Hi, Melissa. Can you hear me?
I can. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone on this call. This is a wonderful morning, and thank you so much, Melissa. Phyllis said it right. We were blessed by your presence this past weekend, and I'm telling you, we used the time that you spent here to our advantage. From the time that you touched down on Thursday, I just whisked you off to start, exposing you to, our team, our guests. You were so gracious in how you, presented, this opportunity, and it was just wonderful. That was Thursday night when you just arrived. And then on Friday, with our pre-expo event, with the gala, that was our first opening of the Wakanna Lounge, and I'm telling you, the team that you just mentioned pulled it together. Those ladies worked and got that lounge up and working, and it was active all night. So we met a number of people. We even did a radio broadcast. We had Melissa and I did a radio show right there on site of that pre-expo party. And then the next day was the expo from 10 to 5 p.m. People were coming by the Wakanna Lounge. We were set up in a really opportune place. And even the gentlemen that were the guys that were next to us vending, they came to us afterwards and said, we were beautiful. He enjoyed watching us work because customers were coming in. We had some top sales, educating people about the product, helping people to health and wellness. It was wonderful. And then the icing on the cake was the focus group on Sunday. So, folks, you see, we were working day, every single day of this weekend. We worked on Sunday with the focus group, inviting guests in a beautiful environment called Collective Effort. We're going to be using that space again because it just felt good. You know, Melissa did a full presentation. She also did those scans. Oh, I got to get my scan, Melissa. I didn't get my scan, so I have to find out what my blood type is. And that was our day. And then we put you back on the plane and sent you home. So you worked from the time that you sat down in Albany to the time you left. And we so appreciate it. And now we're just going to close up all those loose ends that we have from the weekend.
Wow, wow, wow. That was amazing. And again, you are the hostess with the mostest because you really made me feel so special, you and your whole group. And it was amazing doing those blood types because that's such a game changer. And we ran out. I mean, that was crazy, right? We ran out of our blood type test. So we were able to see that a lot of the individuals there in Albany were actually type B, type A. We had a couple type O's, but it was just so interesting to really start analyzing the blood types and really seeing how it correlates with a lot of their issues based on the foods they're eating that really don't work for their blood type. So awesome job. So appreciate you this morning. And just, again, I'm proud of everything that your team is doing out there and cannot wait to see you get this trip to Jamaica because you so deserve it. And so what I want to do now, I want to move on to Chicago, and I hope she is on the line. I know she's had a full week, full weekend. In fact, the Cannabis Nursing Institute had their first in-house, so I know she has been busy doing tours. I know they were at the home office yesterday doing a tour. And so this is our VP of Business Development and the owner of Canna and Type, Shannon King. Are you on the line?
Hi, can you hear me? I am on the line.
Yes.
Great, exciting news. And Fatima Horn, congratulations. Fatima Ford, you guys have really shown us that there is no stopping us and we can really do whatever we put our minds to. But let me get to the report. So for the last 7 days, and this is from 11/8 to 11/14, we had 285 orders just this past week alone. In total sales, 55,212. And so, you know, I work in the shipping department, and we sent out 351 orders, and that's just what we shipped. That doesn't include all the numerous packages that people picked up in the office. We had 101 new customers and 162 repeat customers. The average order for this past week was $183. And so let's get down to what everybody is waiting to hear. The top selling products by revenue is, of course, in first place, the founding member dispensary, the new founding member dispensary at $13,359, followed by the Crown Jewel founding member dispensary at $8,231, and then of course this never fails to hit the report is the extreme pain relief 400 milligram topical cream at $4,076. And then in fourth place is the Flight 50 15-pack, the bottle of gummies, at $1,978. And then in fifth place is the half-pound founding member dispensary, new founding member dispensary at $1,679. Top-selling products by quantity. First place, of course, the Extreme Pain Relief 400 milligrams at $83. Second place is the Power Gummies 500 milligrams at 41 of those were sold. And the Flight 50 15-pack, 34 of those were sold. The Broad Spectrum Gummies, the bottle, 34 of those were sold. And then in fifth place, the Black Seed Oil, 22 of those are sold. And just remember, the report that I'm giving you is just what's sold off the website. This does not include the numerous products that people sold that they had in hand. There's definitely power with having products in hand to be able to sell to people. So I know these sales are coming up, and I'm definitely waiting, and I'm just going to buy as much as I can so that I can not miss sales from people that just want to buy when I tell them about our great products. So that's it for me, Melissa.
Wow, Shannon, that's awesome. And that Extreme Pain Cream, it keeps rocking the top of the chart, so you better pay attention, right? And let's focus on what's moving. In fact, it was exciting, just really hearing from Fatima regarding this weekend. And what was also exciting is each one of their distributors at work in their booth sold from $400 to $500, right? Can you imagine doing booths and having people put cash in their pocket? I mean, that's a game changer. And like Shannon said, those numbers aren't in the numbers she's bringing, okay? And we just love it, okay? That is awesome. And so with that said, what I want to do is I want to give a shout out to volunteers, okay? So it's time to highlight our volunteers, and then we're going to give you just the lineup of what's happening today and tomorrow. And so volunteers, I want to thank some special volunteers, and if I leave anyone out, please send me a text or send me an email. Don't send me, okay, to Melissa@Wakanna, and I'll make sure we shout you out next week. But we had just such a great crew there. So I want to give a shout out to Magnolia Carter and Iola Common, Bertha Mines, Gia Bankhead, Tracy Lowe, Crystal Robinson, Tim. I should have wrote his last name down, but Tim, thank you so much. I know you were there because Crystal actually had to come. You're one of her business partners, so big shout out to you. Also to Dr. Betty and her awesome husband came out to help us get it done. And it was exciting, too, because we had some of our very own staff that just really came and showed up and showed out. So Claudia Muhammad, I believe she was one of the last people to leave with us, probably somewhere around 4:35 in the morning. And Gail came early that morning but didn't leave till almost midnight. Gail King, oh, my goodness. Tracy, oh, wow. Tracy Bolton, she stayed as long as she could but had to get, to her next shift because she works at the post office as well. So it's just so exciting having the team come together to really pull through to get orders out. And we have volunteers that actually come many days, right? So we also want to give a shout out to people like Kawa Robinson, right? Winnie Lewis, Gerald West, Joseph Stanford, Meridian Brown, Willie Mooney has come numerous times. And so we want to just thank everyone for any participation at all. I know tonight there's a very special meeting at the dispensary for those of you who are working the Weed Cafe. And so we're going to put a big shout out too, because this is another opportunity. If you want to volunteer anytime from 4 to 8, maybe from 6 to 10, or from 6 until, all right? We're going to have another party tonight. So we're going to be ordering food, just having some fun as we fellowship together and really work on some of these special holiday projects. And so if you want to participate, all you need to do is send us an email. If you don't have our email, just make sure you can send it to support@wakanna.com, or you can send it directly to me, and we will make sure we put you on the list. Also, too, today, don't forget to go to saveourstrands.com. That's one of the Zoom links that's still operating. Unfortunately, we can't use Zoom in with wakanna.com because they have a new policy with Zoom, and so we can't change them every day like we were. And so the bottom line is you can go to wakanna.com and go to your own website. The calendar will be filled with all the Zoom links, okay? So you can get those from the calendar. Also, too, tonight at 6 p.m. Central, don't forget, we're doing our Flat Belly Lifestyle with Eric Prince, and so you don't want to miss that. You can go to flatbellylifestyle.com, and that Zoom link will get you right on our live Zoom happening tonight. Also, tomorrow, don't forget to wake up to the Diamond Factory so we can let Phyllis Phenomenal Nash take us all to the next level. And with that being said, we do have Rebound with Wakanna happening right now and Workout with Wakanna happening Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Central. And so with that said, I want you all to have a Wakanna day because we're going to see you at the top, at the very top, at the tip top